So we've had some great conversations today about hiring A players. And I can think of one example that is particularly relevant to the ag industry. And that was from earlier this year, where I was visiting a dealership in Kansas. I'd spent the morning going around the various departments, and then at lunchtime the dealer came to me and said, "Okay, time for lunch." I said, "Right, where are we going?" He said, "Well, there is only one place, the diner." So we ended up in the diner, and I remember immediately noticing the waitress there. Not only was she full of energy, serving people with enthusiasm and covering a huge amount of ground, but she managed to build rapport with everyone in that diner in such a short period of time. Now, earlier that morning, the dealer had mentioned to me that he was looking for a new receptionist for his service area, a new service writer. But he'd gone to great lengths to point out the challenge of being in a small rural community, because obviously you're recruiting from a smaller target audience to start with, and then you have to try and find the A players who are like diamonds in the rough. And so at the end of the meal, I said to him, "Well, how about this waitress here? What's her name?" He said, "Oh, that's Doreen. Doreen from the diner." I said, "Well, how about her as working in the dealership? You know, she'd be dynamite on your reception." And he'd never really thought about it because he'd never seen her in that role. But back to what we were talking about earlier, she certainly had transferable skills, but she also had a great attitude. And I think when you're looking for A players, don't just look at their experience, but start by looking for someone who has those transferable skills. And if you then add to it a great attitude, you can bring someone into your dealership that can take it to the next level.